To the newest VOD from the Trophy Mages. We're doing Bant Spirits today, running it back from just like our first stream we ever did on the Trophy Mages with Bant Spirits. We're coming back, but this time we've got a little bit of Zansaid tech. We got 4 Reflector Mages. We're gonna get to that in a second. But let's talk about the deck real quick here, because the deck is different than the normal Bant Spirits deck beyond just the Reflector Mages. So since Andre Strosky won GP Prague, I want to say a month ago, the Bant Spirits deck has been pretty streamlined when it comes to the main deck. You have 2 Geist, you play a Rattles Change, you play 2 Selfless Spirits. The rest of it's pretty stock. You play the 3 Aether Vials and the 4 Collected Companies. So the Vials and the Companies are where things are really weird and interesting. And really the thing that Andre added to the deck that kind of, I think, pushed it over the top. Normally you don't want Collecting Company and Vial because obviously they numbo. But the way the spirits play with having instant speed lord effects, tricky effects from the activation of Vial and off a company, it actually works very well, and it's a super powerful deck that has a little bit of dyssynergy between those 2 cards, but those cards synergize so well with the rest of the cards that I think it actually brings up the power level of the deck, when normally an effect like that would bring it down. So it's very exciting. So Zan has kind of leaned into that even more. So Zan's deck is built specifically, I think, to attack the SCG style metagame, where we see less control if you're not Jonathan Rossa, and we see more creature-based decks. Specifically, also with the rise of Dredge, I think there are some things made there. We've changed the deck just a little bit. I broke my golden rule of never change a deck. I changed 2 sideboard cards because that we're playing on Modo, and I feel like he was a little too hard in the paint for Dredge, which I think was fair going into the last weekend for the SCG. Obviously did great. Dredge kind of got destroyed, because I think because people like Zan had extra sideboard hate for them. But I wanted to react to kind of what was happening in the metagame, so I changed some cards. I think that's a healthy response. So let's kind of go in. I'll talk about the cards I changed when we get to them in the sideboard, but the main deck's all the same. We have 21 lands. Nothing that special here. It's basically the stock mana base. I think Zan has 1 more Botanical Sanctum than normal, but that's it. 4 Aether Vials, 4 Nobles, and 4 Mausoleum Wanderers. Some of your best draws, or your best draws all start 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna have to we want to really have a Noble or an Aether Vial on the early turns. And Mausoleum Wanderer is a fine 1-drop, but we much rather have these things that help it cheat on mana to help really snowball us. We're a deck that has a lot of 3-drops. We have 12 3-drops in Modern that are all creatures. That, while I do have an impact on the board, don't have the heaviest impact at times, so it's good to get ahead with those kind of things. And that's where Coco also comes in. We're playing 3 Selfless Spirit. This is a big difference between the Andre deck and the new deck here that Zan's playing. 3 Selfless Spirits gives us more game against Conflagrate, gives us more game in the mirror, gives us more game against humans. Obviously, see how all those things are really big on the SCG Tour. Helps crush all of those. And just another spirit to trigger things. The extra rattle chains, I'm sorry, right here. Normally there's 3 Phantasmal Image and 1 rattle chains in the current builds. This deck goes for the old 2 rattle, 2 Phantasmal. I think this is just a concession to wanting to beat more spot removal things like Jeskai control, where like at GP you see a lot of blue-white, and SCG you see a lot of Jeskai. I'm not 100% sure. Rattle Change is actually worse in this deck because we have less spirits, but maybe it just plays out better. That's the thing where Zan plays Magic all day, every day, so I'm trusting him. 3 Phantasmal Image, obviously insane in our deck, full of Lords and amazing ETBs like Reflector Mage and Spell Queller if we have a Vial. So very strong. And then our Lord. Then another Lord that gives all guys Hexproof. Obviously, 2 Lords are insane. This really helped push Spirits over the line. Then we have 4 Spell Queller, one of the best disruption elements in our deck. And then 4 Reflector Mage. If you played Standard 2 years ago, you remember these 12 cards working together. Spell Queller, Collected Company, and Reflector Mage. These cards work really well together and synergize very powerfully. It does lead to a lot of skill testing questions on Collected Company, but not the end of the world. And then our sideboard is very interesting. So the 2 things I changed from Zan's deck is I added 1 Stroke, 1 Geist, where Zan had 2 Tormund Script. I think it's reasonable to have 2 Tormund Crypts, but I expect a wider metagame on Modo. So I want to have a little bit more stuff for bigger mana decks and control decks. So I put a Geist in here since we have no Geist, which is the other big main deck change. As you can tell from the main deck, we have 4 Reflector Mage instead of Path. This is going to help us get back on board, so I wanted to have some cards that are easy to sideboard out against control. 2 Thalia pretty stock, 3 Recipes pretty stock. We have 2 Paths on our sideboard, so if it's a matchup where we need Path, we have it. We have 2 Dampening Sphere, just for the big mana decks, Amulet Titan, Tron, those kind of things. Storm, right? We have 2 Knight of Autumn kind of taking the place of where our Stony Silences would be. Obviously weaker in most of those matchups than Stony Silence itself, but it's a more flexible sideboard card, making some concessions there. We got a Gaddock Teak for control decks and some combo decks as well, and a Detention Sphere. It's kind of a catch-all answer and an answer to our opponent's answers. So, and our opponent's boards as well. I imagine this is very good against like decks like humans and whatnot. And that's going to do it for the deck tech. Let's hop into the Liga-Ruski. So we got some people in chat. How is everyone doing? There's going to be no music tonight. We're uploading this VOD to the old CCMTG YouTube page. Pull the deck up here while we're doing this. I didn't talk a whole lot about Reflector Mage. I guess I should a little bit more while waiting. Reflector Mage, basically, one of the problems Spirits can have is it starts to fall behind a little bit, and it can't chip in as much as it wants to. Now, it's normally not that big a problem because you can just build up Alpha Strike, kill someone. With this deck, you do a lot of attack once, and then say, hey, you're at 16, right? They go, yeah, and you're like, okay, you're dead. So, Reflector Mage is nice when we're starting to fall behind. Also, it's very punishing with creature strategies and works very well with Collected Company. Zane has really been working hard on these Spirits and Humans decks. I wonder if Hellcat, Catlight has been working with him. Obviously, they're on the same team, so I imagine they would be. But they played this deck, and then they also played a blue-white Humans deck that plays like Spell Queller. It's basically Humans, but blue-white, and you get like more 4-ofs. And some of the cards that you like Bugler you did before, and you play 4 Spell Queller, and you have a real sideboard. So it plays out kind of like Blue-White Spirits, except stronger. I think it's definitely better than Blue-White Spirits because it has, gosh, there's a GP this weekend and States. Come on, Moto. But Blue-White Spirits is kind of like slow and clunky and lacks the push-through that Bant has, right, because of Noble and Collected Company to really push you over the top. That deck has Champion of the Parish and Deluge Lieutenant, so it can have those really fast draws and then beat down really hard. Our opponent was last team playing Dredge 23 days ago, according to Modo, on my little bot. So we're going to keep that in mind. But I think this hand's just very good. Turn 1 Noble into whatever we want to do. I think this is what our deck's trying to beat up on. So let's see. Let's grab a Breeding Pool. I can grab Breeding Pool or Temple Garden. I don't have Path anymore. I probably just want Temple Garden. Temple Garden looks like more decks probably, but I mean they're gonna. I assume most people assume I'm on Bant Spirits. On the flip side, if I did go Breeding Pool, it does look like Infect, which I think is a very well positioned deck right now. So maybe that was the reason, since it's pretty medium. Ooh. All right, we're gonna bolt the bird here. All right. So this is an interesting turn. I can play Selfless Spirit, or I can play this land tapped and play a Mausoleum Wanderer. And I can't because I don't have a blue. That's right. All right. I'm going to shock this and just play Selfless Spirit for mana reasons. I guess that was something I didn't think about, was if my Spirit died, what land would have gone off. I should have considered that. It's a pretty reasonable thing to consider. So we're playing against Jeskai Control. I assume. It might just be blue-red. This is pretty telling. It might be like a Blue Moon deck. All right, this is Blue Moon. All right, well, we don't have any basics, so like this might just blow us out here if they play Blood Moon. But I'm gonna try and just tempo them off that, and then battle in, and we're gonna leave up Spell Queller for a while. Hopefully, we draw a basic, play Mausoleum. I guess I should an F6. We have a Spirit that does something. Fetch a island, play Blood Moon. It's awkward too, right? Because like if I play it, they probably won't play into Blood Moon if I leave up mana. All right, this is good. So we want to draw like basic island here. I think it's a really good draw for us. Let's play the Mausoleum Wanderer, hold up Spell Quelly, and battle in every turn and just tempo them out. Reflector Mage still pretty good. Also, the upside of this deck is like, Zang 5-0 to League. Oh, well, this is an insane draw. Okay, now we get to hold up mana for forever. So now we have Rattle Chains to flash this in. We have this as an answer to Bolt. Like if they try to just bolt the Selfless Spirit or something. And then after this turn, when we flash in, we can flash in Lord for a lethal attack whenever we want, which would probably be the next turn. But, you know, we have that option open to us. This is Jace the Mind Sculptor. Thing in the Ice resolves. I don't really care about that card. Oops. I'm going to flash in Rattle Chains. Once we have Rattle Chains on the board. We are going to be able to flash in the Drog Skull after we attack. This is interesting. They might just counter this. Like remand it. Logic Knot for 2. Okay. That happens. I do not want to pay. Selfless Spirit Mausoleum. So I attack for 2. This is an interesting turn. Because I want to keep up Spell Queller, but I guess I don't need to. If I attack for 2 with Selfless Spirit, it's going to be pretty hard for them to flip Thing in the Ice. Every card in their hand would have to be... So they need... so the idea is all 4 mana. So 1 drop, 1 drop, 2. 1 drop, 1 drop, 1 drop. 2 drop, 1 drop, 1 drop land. So like Electrolyze, Serum, land, spell. Okay. But on the flip side, if I play Mausoleum Selfless, put them to 8. We have 5 power on board. Place Drog Skull, that's game. So I'm going to try and go for the game. We're going to play Mausoleum Wanderer first in case of any weird shenanigans. Hey! Bant Garbage, I see. Oh, I see. It's Norton. How you doing, Norton? Bant's pretty sweet, man. Look at this Reflector Mage. How you doing, buddy? Are you going to be playing GP Atlanta? I saw Mario posting about it. Roast. So I can... 2... So 3, 6, they go to 2. I don't know if I actually want to save this. It's pretty telling to me that they're going to flip this thing if they're roasting this. Like, the only reason you roast this is to... Because you're going to flip Thing in the Ice and you don't want it to get bounced. So I'm going to play around that a little bit. Awesome. Where are you heading towards in Modern? I haven't seen you in a while, let alone play Modern. I think the last time we talked in person, it was like RPTQ, and it was like Hollow One was the new deck on the scene. This is interesting. Fetch my upkeep, Vendilion Click. Oh, that's interesting. So if I Spell Queller this and they flip the Thing in the Ice, they're going to get to put Reflector Mage on the bottom of my deck. But I get to attack for 4 this turn and put them to 3. So I'm going to do that. Did I not tap a white mana? Do you know what helps casting your spells is tapping the mana? Yeah, this one. Cool, I'm going to always yield to that. I could attack, but whatever. Alright, so they're going to flip Thing in the Ice on their turn. I mean, I'm going to move to combat. See if they want to cast Cryptic Command. They do not. So they're at 2 life. They have to have spell, right? Okay, they were just messing with us. Cool. All right. Whew. It's getting a little anxious there. All right, so I'm really glad we added in Disdainful Stroke and Geist now. Thalia, I think, is pretty good against them. And I think that's it. We didn't see their win condition, but my understanding is that some, like the decks that play Thing in the Ice, don't play through the Breach. If Twitch chat knows differently, please let me know. But that was my understanding last I looked. Detention Sphere might be an interesting card as a way to like interact with them, but I'm not like super excited about that, as you can tell from my voice. These vials are like fine. So these mages are like fine, but not great. So I'm gonna cut 2 of them. So let's lay out our CMC curve here. So we're bringing in enough creatures that I don't feel the need to cut a Collected Company, especially against a blue-red control deck. I don't like Phantasmal Image against Bolt Electrolyze. That's me. Is there anything? What would I want to copy extra? I'd want to copy Drog Skull, any Lord if it's lethal. Maybe a Spellqueller off a Vial. I could see myself cutting a Vial. They're probably bringing in a Braid and stuff, and we need to play around Blood Moon this game. These are spells. They're creature spells. What's up, iPhone? How you doing? Ellison, I never asked why your name's that. They are the better tribe humans. Norton, have you seen we're gonna mulligan this. Jeez. Actually, so it's got this land, which is like pretty good against them, I imagine. I'm gonna actually keep. Our hand actually has an answer to. We have a way around whatever it's called. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Night of Autumn because of Blood Moon. Now that I'm really thinking about it, but I just don't like the idea of that. Have you seen the blue-white humans deck that plays Spellqueller? So you basically are humans, but you lose Mana Strider, Kitesail Freebooter, and you get a sideboard. If you haven't seen it. All right, so I'm going to search up a island. Love it. That's a great reason. I guess I'll play Hallowed Fountain. Shocking Now is like, yeah, whatever. I think it's pretty minimal. All right, play this. We need to respect Anger of the Gods too. I'm going to get a Blighted here. Bolted, cool. That's the Efficient Braid. Drop my pin. Flooded Strand, fetch a basic island, play a Blood Moon. Okay, whew. We're dodging Blood Moons. I wonder if they just don't have Blood Moons. Or maybe they said we're out Blood Moons against us because we have like Cocoa, Vials, and Night of Autumn. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe our opponent doesn't want to have Blood Moons because they're afraid. Like, that's not the most unreasonable thing. So they don't have Logic Knot, but they have Remand mana. I can play Moorland Haunt here. I'm going to play this because I want to respect getting burnt out instead of these. Like, them knowing we have this is fine. And then we want to play this because all I have is Remand. They might Logic Knot this other stuff, but we might also just sit on this and be like, all right, hit you down to, like, you know, oof, oof. That's an oofa. All right, first things first, let's attack for 4 damage. So I can play this. I think They have enough spells in the yard that Logic Knot's going to counter whatever I play. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to still play Horizon Canopy first. It's obviously not great. But I'm going to do this and play Selfless Spirit. Hey, buddy. So now we have Horizon Canopy Crack. We also have Rattle Chains represented here. And, like, if we use this to save this from an Anger, I'm going to be pretty happy about that. And we have more Moorland Haunt fuel for the future. All right, I'll just sacrifice it. Our opponent is still searching basics up, but their deck has like a lot of basics, not a lot of non-basics, so maybe that's not something I should read into. Alright. That's a pretty good draw. That lets me hold this up. I'm going to attack in. If they have a Vendilion Click, that's fine. I don't want this to get Cryptic, tap my team, because I need to keep applying pressure. Alright, so I'm going to go play this so we can fetch up a Plains if we need to. Right, and technically we're going to fetch up a Plains regardless, and we're going to play this Aether Vial, but Logic Knot's harder to cast now. How you doing today, Tommy boy? Cryptic Key Command. What's the modes on Cryptic Command? Counterspell, draw a card. Okay. Alright. So now it's an interesting time. If I play Spirit Lord... Now, I'm just going to hold up Moorland Haunt. Because we'll play Spirit Lord on the next turn. And attack for... Actually, we'll technically attack and then attack again. If they put up more blockers, we'll play Spirit Lord. Because in that turn, we'll be able to double Spirit Lord, which should apply a lethal attack. Op's scary. What is this? How did they opt? They went, put a card on bottom of their library. Okay. So they're searching for something. Or had something they don't need. Blood Moon. Alright. Definitely annoying. But let's see. It doesn't really matter. We're going to do Selfless Spirit. Well, playing the other Lord last turn would have been a lot better now, but that is life. America, we're just Sky Spirits now. Yeah, maybe this is a reason to bring in Attention Sphere. Is it like answers these Thing in the Ices and catches Blood Moon if we need it to? I'm going to play this Breeding Pool because it enters untapped. Anger of the Gods, just Stone Cold wins. Actually, Anger of the Gods is interesting because it will actually unsummon our board first. And then we'll get hit for 7. We'll play Geist, and then Geist will be a lethal attacker. So they can't anger us as they're out. Alright, well this Bolt goes face, yeah. Alright. So they need to kill us here. Like, I guess they're going to force a lethal attack, which will make it so I have to chump block here. Alright, so if that's the case, I need to draw a Reflector Mage. So I'm just going to play this Dragskull Captain because I care less about it than Geist. Geist dies to Bolt, but I think if they have Bolt, we're probably in trouble either way. I mean, Geist doesn't die to Bolt, sorry. Right, they both die to Anger. Alright. So maybe Knight of Autumn is just worth bringing in. Let's become a 4-3. I didn't see a whole lot of other things. So like Knight and maybe another Mage. These are like the cards I'm interested in. Rattle Chains isn't particularly great. Disdainful Stroke Seemed like it only had Cryptic Command as a target. So on the play, maybe having another Reflecty Mage is good. These Thalias still seem pretty good, like they're trying to flip Thing in the Ice. These Selfless Spirits seem good. These Drogsoul Captains seem good. Coco seems good. So Rattle Chains. Rattle Chains is good because it counters like a burn spell. But the Knights are only really good at killing Blood Moon. The Blood Moon's a problem. But I can also like fetch around the Blood Moon. I have Vile and Noble, and maybe I'm supposed to cut a Drogoskull Captain. Seems weird, but it's like 3 mana. I think Geist is very good on the play. It's like pretty like Geist there was obviously insane, right? Alright, this hand's insane. If they don't bolt the bird, they're gonna die very quickly, so. Alright, well we both kept 7. Let's see if they have bolt the bird. Nope. They don't even have Serum Visions. Wow. I'm going to fetch up the old Planesky. Alright, I'm going to pass the turns. Now I have everything up. I have Spell Queller, I have these Rattle Chains, I have Mausoleum. Obviously, if one gets countered, that's a problem, but it's going to be hard for them to like actively counter it. Alright, so Thing in the Ice gets played. Let's Spell Queller it. Now we have these. I'm going to play this turn now, so that Rattle Chains can be a flash and oh, baby, yes. Actually, I can flash both these things in, so it shouldn't be a problem. Like if they try and anger, I just flash in the Mausoleum Wanderer and sack it. Same with Selfless Spirit. Maybe actually we'll just flash in Selfless Spirit instead. And then I have double Rattle Chain, so even if I tap out here and they counter and try and bolt, I'll be able to. That's fine. Rattle Chains. Flash this in. It's less mana efficient, but it'll be down harder on the next turn. Alright, so we're going to play. We don't actually need to play anything. This is 5 damage. Obviously, having Aether Vial tick up later is better, but I think we have lethal pretty close to it, so we're pretty close to lethal here. They're going to take 5, go to 7 again, assuming nothing changes here. They'll Field a Ruin Blood Moon deck. This is an upkeep Cryptic. Alright. So I can Force Spike here to force through 4 damage, put them to 8. Play this. I don't think it matters. I think I just. Alright, what are the modes? What are the modes? Tap all creatures, draw a card. Okay, I thought so. I was just making sure. So I won't be able to do everything. Well, I can play this plus that. This tapping this is a big problem for all of these things. So if I tap this now, I can flash in this, which is the big one anyways. I'm down to 1 spell. If I counter it, what happens if they have anger is my question. I don't think it matters. I think if they have anger, because they're going to go to 8, I play this, flash that in, it'll be lethal with any of the other spirits that they resolve. So I'm going to cut them off cards and put them on a clock. If I just main phase the Vial, they might have counter tap team there, but I'd have been much happier with the play. Like, I'd have been much happier just letting that play resolve. It's also a moment where if I flashed in the Spirit Tribe, we would have won. They'd be at 0. Green. I'm going to play this Aether Vial. Okay. If they have Mountain, Anger, whatever it's called, Logic Knot, we lose, but... What are they getting? They're going to go grab a Mountain for something. Alright, I'm going to float a blue. This lets us double up on these things, so I'm happy about that. Grab this blue. We can now play through a Blood Moon. I'm going to flash in this Rattle Chains. Give this Hexproof. Alright, are they going to main 2 in Anger and get blown out by the Selfless Spirit? If we draw a land, it won't matter. I'll be able to play both. Oh, it doesn't matter anyways because I got this Lord. No, it matters. I need to play this. This doesn't beat Double Bolt, but this is protected, so yeah. We should win now. We have a lethal attack force with a Dragskull Captain and a Selfless Spirit. Alright. Sweet. Woo! We did it, Twitch chat. I tried to punt a couple times, but I stopped myself. Reflector Mage was really good game 1. I like almost fell for the thing where like control just has to sit there and like their opponents make misplays playing around too much and they can't afford to, so. Alright. Well, this hand's a mulligan. I'm gonna keep this actually. Bottom this. Is this a Yield Titan Shift? Am I getting Tituned? Oh, this is Dredge. That's a draw. I still want to play this though, I think. No matter what, I have to turn through one of these, so. What do they hit here? Ooh, Stinkweed Imp. That's a good one. Now, this might be a moment where cutting the Cryptics, not the Cryptics, the Tormont Crypts from our sideboard is bad. Let's see, we got Prized Amalgam, Loam, Conflag, Faithless. Woof, the early Conflag is a heartbreaker. But only one other Dredger, so. Interesting not to see the Upkeep Shriekhorn activation. I was under the impression you like upkeep it every time, but I guess Stinkweed is technically the biggest Dredger. Cathartic Union, just die. If they play Cathartic Union here, we might just lose, which is rough. They'll turn to draw 90. Conflagrate for... Oh, they Conflagrate discarded their hand. They did 3. Correct? Yeah, X is 3. Okay, so they discarded these 3. Gotcha. Okay. Alright. Cool. Well, we're going to get to cast these things, and if we can cast those, we might be able to win. No, you dredged an Amoeba. Shit. It's not the end of the world. We can still beat this. They dredged another Amoeba. Yeah, I thought this... I don't know. Maybe it's just 50-50. You see, it's really scary when all those prize amalgam triggers happen. But it's just like the same amalgams triggering multiple times. It's not like it's unwinnable. So they got back the Stinkweed Imp. Are they going to flag at my face again? Oh, they're going to Faithless Looting. Sure, that makes a lot of sense. Discarding Bloodgat, hit a Creeping Chill. Alright. Here, hang on. Discard Stinkweed Imp, discard Stinkweed Imp. Cool. They dredged Stinkweed Imp. Okay. Please stop scaring me with all these amalgam triggers. Alright, F6. Can I get this? Alright. So now we have Collected Company up. Vial on 2. I can Mage this, but I think I just have to Coco into Hotness, so let's pull back up that chat. I can't follow it enough once we got to this point. So they're gonna dredge Stinkweed Imp, I imagine. They could Life in the Loam as a way to work on killing our board, but it's hard to know for sure. Alright. So they dredge Stinkweed Imp, which means the last 5 cards. Narcomoeba, Golgari, Gravethug, Land, Faithless Looting. Okay. So this is an awkward turn. So they can Conflagrate for 3 here, but I have to go to 10 no matter what this turn, which means the Conflagrate's probably going to kill me. So I probably am actually better off trying to find a blocker here. I'm going to grab this Plains, I guess Island's what I want. No, I wanted Plains, lol. Alright, Collected Company. Alright, these are good hits. They're not the best hits, but they're hits. Okay, let's blocks. So right now, what I'm currently blocking are these 2. This allows me to keep this in order to counter a Conflagrate. We can Mage this type of thing on the next turn, along with Coco, hopefully into a Phantasmal Image. I kind of have to build a board presence up against my opponent, so I don't think we're allowed to block the Prized Amalgam. Now, amazingly, I don't think they've actually... They discarded 1 Bloodghast. Okay, so they would have been able to come back. Our opponent is flashing Faithless Looting. I think I have to let that resolve, which is kind of terrible for me, but... Yeah, Creeping Chill. Can I counter Creeping Chill? You cannot counter Creeping Chill. Okay, so I'm just going to die. Alright, so they're going to get back a Prized Amalgam. And I'm going to counter the second one. Does that work? No, it doesn't, because it's just an ability. Okay, cool. Alright, so if I block this, I take 2. I'm still just dead, actually. That's funny. So I was supposed to counter Faithless Looting? I'm not sure if that's actually true, though. Might have been able to win that game. Might not have. Alright. Regardless, that was then. This is now, baby. Rest in pieces. Detention Sphere. Thalia. Gaddock Teague might be worth considering, but I don't think it is. Geist, I don't think is that great. These Knight of Autumns gain life, destroy artifacts and enchantments. I don't think they're going to bring in Leyline, so... I could also maybe bring in Path, but I don't know if this is a Path matchup. It's like fine. I wouldn't sideboard out Path, I don't think, against the normal one. I guess it would depend on what my sideboard was. I don't think Rattle Change is particularly great here. I don't think Phantasmal Image is particularly great as I'm cutting creatures and bringing in legendary creatures. Coco is a card I know you used to cut. That's some good clean fun right there. Yeah. You know, the normal. Let's see what I used to do against them with the other sideboard guy, because I think you did cut a Coco against them. Obviously, different sideboard strategies. It doesn't apply perfectly, but we can get an idea. Let's zoom in here. Let's find Dredge. 2 path. So you take out path before Captain, Heath, Wanderer, Coco. Okay. So I could see Captain getting cut. We don't have the worship lock, but all right. Yeah, Catlight likes to cut a Heath a lot in this sideboard guide, which might be a mistake. Might not be. I'm not exactly sure. I like Wanderer. Saying to keep these things in. I guess with these are a lot better. All right, I'm gonna listen. I guess I also have these Selfless Spirits I want to copy a decent amount. So turn 2 Lord, turn 3 Queller. It's a little slow. I'm going to mulligan. I can afford to try and find a rip, I think. If I draw land, it's pretty much unbeatable. I'm going to keep. Bottom that. Fetch, undo the shuffle. Undo the thing. Temple Garden? Or no, we need Breeding Pool. So any land can cast our hand? Yes. Breeding Pool. Play this pass. Alright. We're doing stuff. So I can Phantasmal Image this. I don't hate it. If I draw a land, I get to Coco. Obviously, playing a Lord, drawing a land, copying another Lord is very good too, but if they don't do anything turn 1, I assume Cathartic Reunion, or I assume lots of anti-hate. So that's kind of where I was coming from, but Bloodghast, wow, okay. So they're going to put 5 power on board. If we draw a land, that shouldn't be a problem with Collecting Company. I guess we have a Reflector Mage too, so it's just going to bounce it to their hand. Yeah, let's just Reflector Mage, I guess. Return this prized amalgam. Not super happy about giving them more cards to discard, but whatever. Seems like they kind of kept a slower hand. And if they have AT as their main answer, which a lot of the Dredge decks are, and I think they should be doing, they can't AT us. Actually, they could. They could AT our Noble. That's a Phantasmal Image. So that the trigger will happen, and the AT will fizzle, and we won't get a land. They might have Dark Blast. I'm actually okay with racing. We're attacking for 4, and we have Cocos and all these other things. And I don't want to let them have a Dark Blast. Yeah. All right. So they discarded Dark Blast, Faithless Looting. Cool. Wait, is that what they discarded? Discards Life and Loan, Bloodghast. Okay, never mind. They dredged into the. All right. Use dredged ability. Okay. It's interesting. They discarded Bloodghast instead of Prized Amalgam. I guess they didn't know they were going to hit for sure. Yeah, that was a backbreaker. All right. Well, we have that now. And I think I just want to play this Supreme Phantom. They have a Dark Blast for the Noble, which they could upkeep Dark Blasts if they wanted to. They bought back Dark Blast there. Hang on 1 second. Egg roll. Egg roll out, buddy. Out, 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 out. Egg roll. You're going to choke yourself in here, dude. Out. Out, out, out. Out. Sorry, my dog's going blind. He's so old, and he like walks into the wires. And he's almost choked himself so many times. I just can't let him in here anymore. Like unless I can pay full attention to him. So, sorry, egg roll. All right, well, let's block. They still have Dark Blast, but they're not Dark Blasting my Noble. I'm pretty happy, I guess. Yeah, poor egg roll. Indeed. He's so old. He's going to turn 14 in 2 weeks. So something's getting Dark Blasted, I imagine. I probably want to Dark Blast my Noble, to be honest, but also it sucks blocking these things. But I like have to keep a board. I guess I could have blocked the the Narcomoeba. They build Nature's Claim. Alright. So no AT scene yet. Is this a Cathartic Reunion? Or Conflagrate, I mean? Just Conflagrate down my board. Sure. I didn't think about that, to be honest. So I definitely should have blocked this to save cards from being discarded. Yeah, I don't think I can win now. I think I just played poorly. Alright. So 2, 4, 6, 7. I didn't fetch on purpose, by the way. I wanted to try and increase the odds of drawing a land. So Conflagrate, buy back Loam, right? Because they have a Loam somewhere in here. No, they don't. Alright, so they buy this back. 2, 4. I block this. 5. They actually just Conflagrate before to kill this. Yikesers. I'm going to try and live. I don't think I can. I believe I'm just dead. Oh yeah, it's Conflagrate just kills me. Because it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. My bad. Sorry to waste your time like that. Everyone involved. Oof, that was rough. It's the first time losing to Dredge with Spirits. Maybe I was supposed to mold a 5. Or maybe I'm supposed to go Lord Phantasmal copy it. Not sure. The awkward part about Dredge when I board in Worship in the other build is like they bring in Nature's Claims. It's so weird. Yeah, Dredge is very good. But like another question I would have is like, could you accept losing to cards like Rip and stuff at the GP? Because like I don't think I'm down to accept that. To be honest, it's like not where I'm at right now. Most sexy though, that's fair. I think Dredge is very good. Super something Joe, Super Rad Joe. That's a cool name. Ruthie is glad you're bringing the scarf back. The scruff back. My bad. Glad to hear it, Ruthie. Glad you're enjoying it. This hand is not keepable. This hand's sweet. As much as I love that card, I don't think we can keep it here. Another Scoldy Tarns, eh? I'm going to grab Breeding Pool so we can cast everything, basically everything in our hand. Right, do that. Pass it back and hope to draw the old land. If we draw a land, I'm pretty happy. Are we playing against another Blue Moon deck? It's Blue Moon City out here, apparently. Let's see how our opponent scries. It's apparently a tough one. Put a card on bottom. Alright. I wonder if it's like... Ooh. Grixis. Is this Grixis Whir? Grixis Moon? Alright. Let's pass the turn back. Nice. I like it. That's not a good sign. I don't like that. This is all very sad. Discard Snapcaster Mage. Yikes. Okay. This deck is interesting. Is this Grixis Bird? This is Grixis. This is like the Ryan Overturf deck. Alright, well. I mean, this thing's gonna flip with anything, so. Take up next turn. Hope to draw a Reflector Mage. Maybe we don't take up. We're like pretty likely to draw a land. Alright, flash this back. Float a white. Put the Fear of Path in them. See how many Arclight Phoenixes they discard. There we go. Alright. Blue, flash this in. I could put this in to attack for more, but I don't know if I actually want to attack. I think I just want to get this on board. Probably, yeah, because I want to draw a land so I can take up to this and have it. And then have these up as well. So it's worse on racing, but better if I draw a land. I feel like I have to draw a land to win. Alright, yeah, this has to go to 3. Okay. So I need to attack 4. I need to be able to block this. So I can chip shot in. Hey, Murph, how you doing? So I can attack for 4. Put them to 11. Then if they go spell, as long as one isn't if it's a bolt, we can still win. I can spell quote the bolt. So I should probably attack with this. Leave this back. So I need to set up an alpha strike if I'm going to win. Like, I'm not going to win without alpha striking. This is not a good sign for the home team. Well, they don't have red mana up. So actually, if they don't have a kill spell here, we might have a chance. Because I need to let them not cast a bunch of spells for the bird. And they don't have bolt up. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need to draw a Lord currently to win. So let me double check. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I'm going to block because I don't think we're going to draw another Lord, just being honest. I think it's more likely we draw a land, and I need to save life because of these Arclight Phoenixes. We can still peck in. I do not play poker, Murph. Alright, we do not want to use this ability, but we need to put it on the stack so we can say no to it. Alright, so we drew the land. So that gives us Selfless Spirit up. Well, let's attack with both of these. Actually, I should attack with... No, because I'm going to flash in the Lord to be able to block that, because that might still be a thing we have to do. And I might need to block the thing in the ice. I think attacking with these two makes the most sense because it puts them on lethal with the other Lord in our hand. So this is interesting. Faithless Looting. They didn't have something to do last turn. I think we just actually vial in. They didn't have enough to do last turn when they had that sort of mana. So I think we just try and tempo them out here. It's like not let them get any spells in their hand. Ace 7-10. It was Ace 7s versus Ace 10. Flop was... I don't know enough about that to like know the lingo, to be honest. I'm going to block with just the Lord. Because we don't actually need the Lord to win anymore. No reason to do anything. It's currently checkmate on board. Oh, were you A10? So does that mean like the same card got flipped so it didn't, like the flop didn't matter? Teach me the ways. Collective Brutality. Alright. Sweet. Alright. Well, when they don't get Arclight Phoenix, it's a lot easier. I don't know if I want Rest in Pieces or not. I like the idea of D-Sphere in this one. I like the idea of Path. I mean, with Dredge running around, I just imagine they're going to have Anger in there. And then Thalia seems pretty good. So if we cut one of these... But one player had a pair of 7s behind it. Oh, gotcha. Okay, okay. Ripperoonies. Cut this, cut this, cut this. Reflector Mage. Yeah, I think this is fine. So what's our deck look like when I do this? Oops, sorry. Looks like this, which is fine, I think. I could cut a Drog Skull Captain, maybe. For CMC reasons, bring back in one of these. Heck, I could even bring back in this, right? Jeez. I know half the stack is not a good sign. Alright, I think these are good against the Arc-like. I think they're pretty good against Arc-like, and I think they're good against Thing in the Ice. If they have Bedlam Reveler, it's like, you know, medium, but it does stop Bedlam chains. Hey, we got a cheer. Thanks for the cheer, Bastion. How you doing, Saris? Give me that penny. I'm going to keep this hand. 1, 2, 3 plus Lords. So our opponent going to set up a Sim Visions here? Alright. Nice. Let's see how our opponent put 2 cards on top. Oof. That's a rough one. That Thalia's pretty good. We draw like a Mausoleum Wanderer. Woof. Pocket Rockets. I like the sound of that. Oh, this entered tapped. Okay, I thought they tapped it, and I was so confused. So I imagine there's an Arclight coming down, where they kept a hand that needed something, and it had it. So, let's see. Faithless Looting, Fatal Push, Faithless Looting. Okay. Whew. Now we can protect this Thalia. Let's grab a Hollowed Fountain. I don't think our opponent can afford to play Yield Blood Moon. Yeah. Love it, Saros. Love it. Thing in the Ice resolves. Activates. Put this in. Draw. Put this up to 2. Draw a land. Draw a land. Draw a land. Noble's not the worst. I was supposed to attack. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I was in my head. I was like, "Yeah, well, Violin Lord to kill their thing." I didn't say it. That was dumb. That was bad. Woo! That was a punt, chat. Give me some baboons. That was bad. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll Violin the Lord, and then this thing will die from Exalted." It's like one of those half-step things. That wasn't good. That was bad, chat. Did you know Thalia isn't a spirit? She's a spirit in spirit. Alright, we're going to Violin this Supreme Phantom now. They only have 1 mana up, so with Thalia in play, unless it's Gut Shot, we're not going to get interacted with here. Woo! So many baboons, Tommy. My heart. Yeah, Thalia's pretty good. Counter this. It's a little worse for our board presence right now, but I think preventing them from multi-spelling matters a little more. I could be wrong there for sure. Alright, well that's an interesting draw. I think I just want to leave up Spell Queller off the Vial. Play this Lord and attack for 4. And this also leaves up Drogskull Captain. So if they go Anger of the Gods here, like Redland Anger, I can Violin Drogskull and answer it. And then I think they're pretty close to dead on the swing back after that. It'd be 3, 5, 6, 7, 11. So if they fetch Shock for it exactly, they would lose. Thanks for the trophy, Murph. What do we got? What's the trophy? Whose emote is this? Oh, Misplaced Ginger. Yeah. He does like trophies. The old nothing with my thing in the ice, huh? And I don't have to use my vial, friend. I'll yield to the next turn if we have one. Lightning Bolt this. Do I even care? I probably care because of this. It's weird. This is gonna, yeah, I care because of this because their mana screwed. I'm gonna put in Drogskull Captain. I guess is technically how I've done this. That doesn't actually matter. No, it does. I should put in. Yeah. I guess I could just flash it in, but it's whatever. It's all gonna equal at the same place. No. Okay. Okay. So now I'm gonna go. This is 5. Yeah. So I should have just flashed it in with mana, but oops. I think that's technically a safer play. Fatal Push. Alright, so they can cast one spell here pretty easily and transform. Okay. That is the yikes part of that. So I'm dead in 2 currently, but I still have Vial. And I can double 1-drop here. Alright, so I want to play this tap because I don't think I can afford to take that kind of damage. Play this Mausoleum Wanderer. Play this Noble. Pass. And I believe if we block with Noble, they lose. Because we can Vial in Drogskull. And then play Lord. Vial and other Lord. And that should be lethal. Save what? I'm also... Save the Spell Queller. There's a little bit of a delay, sorry, and I wasn't looking at chat. Sorry about that one. Yeah, I think I'll block here. Call it a hunch. Alright, I am going to Vial this in, though. They might have a kill spell, but we need to, I think, work towards killing them. Very easily could lose this here, but... They went to 6. If we draw a Mausoleum Wanderer, they'll lose. If they don't answer our Wanderer, right? Isn't that how that works? Because we would play 3 spirits and get +2. So it would be 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's fine. All right, I'm going to play this Aether Vial. Play Supreme Phantom. And attack for 3. Okay. I guess Path would have been a pretty good draw that turn, now that I'm thinking about it. We'd like do a similar play, but don't play this first. Attack here, put into 3, and then Path this. They have a counterspell, we counter the counterspell. If they try and kill spell Supreme Phantom, I get to use Drogskull Captain as a counter, which I think is better, because if I use Queller and it's like Bolt, if they go like Bolt, and I play Queller and they bolt it again, or push it, then I lose the other blocker. But if I do Drogskull, they have to answer the card twice, which is better for me. And then I do have like this super Spell Pierce over here too if I need to, which I probably won't, but is an option. Now we're playing against a lot of thing in the ice tonight. What in the world? Alright, so start off with the old cantrip. I really like these Arclight Phoenix decks. They're really cool and they're really good. I haven't been as impressed by this one that we're playing against, but I still think it's pretty good. Also, our opponent never got to use Arclight Phoenix, which is rather unfortunate. They saw a lot of cards. This one's probably actually... Yeah, this one's like a little bit more reasonable. So there's no reason for me to do anything because I can cast this and vial this in. So I'm just going to wait. Okay. Feels like they're waiting for me to mess up. So I can play this. You have even odds. Woo! Woo! Always promoting. So if I play Drog Skull Captain, they bolt in response. Yeah, because it's lethal and I have a backup one in case they try and kill it. Do you know what helps? Capping blue mana for my blue spells. Blue mana is pretty rated. I'll say that. I don't know about overrated. It's pretty good. Blue is strong. So our opponent trying to think what they can beat. Double kill spell's a problem for sure, but Thought Scour is an interesting start to it. Yo, they just build me. Because the Serum Visions left a card on top they wanted. Alright, I'm going to activate Vial. Put this in countered. I believe we win now. Our opponent conceded, yeah. Alright, well, we're 2-0 against Thing in the Ice decks. Boom, got him. The old Thought Scour target, you draw the one I want. Ayo, thank you for the bits. Well, this hand's weird. Is this hand a modern winning hand if I draw blue? Probably. If I draw 2 lands and I go like Selfless Lord, that's probably good enough to beat a lot of decks. It's a lot of pressure. I'm going to try it. It's pretty mopey, but my deck looks pretty mopey, to be fair. Alright, Chirocha. Snow-covered mountain, huh? Alright, so it's either burn or the red deck. Man, that's a heartbreaker. I could play this, but if it gets burnt, we're like forever sad. Always, Spencer. Woo! Sad. Snow-covered mountain, what do you mean? What are you playing? You gonna hold up a bolt for this? Alright, so it does look to be the runaway red deck, or the Arc-like deck from the SCG. Oof, that's gonna be good. So if I play Noble Hierarch this turn, it gets bolted, I probably can never win, but I'm not gonna block with this Selfless Spirit anyways. Matt says to always play snow-covered basics? Well, that's because Matt's a genius. I am a noob with my gurus on my foil gurus on Modo. in my Apex. Alright. Oof, Vile. Alright. I'm gonna play Vile. Yikes. Come on, Botanical Sanctum. Alright. Suck it. Can you beat Selfless Spirit? Because I got a bunch of them. Look at all my Selfless Spirits. Oh, Flame Jab. Tough. Tough. Okay. Alright. Tough. Tough. Flame Jab again. Flame Jab 2 times for the old lethal. Is it an instant? It's a sorcery. Alright, we're not dying yet. What if I told y'all I got a Vile on 2, though? Woo! What if I told you I still couldn't cast a lot of my spells, but I can play this Selfless Spirit without taking a damage? Would that interest you? They're going to Flame Jab, and I'm going to Vile in a Lord. Get him. Every time, never lost. Well, this is just not a good sign. Before blocks kill something? I'm going to block both of them. We're just too low, I think, to take any damage. So they're Fiery Tempering here. So I'm going to... I mean, they're both going to die if I don't, so I might as well sack and save this. If I can draw an island, that'd be great. Island for your homing. No, Hallowed Fountains like Island, but dangerous. All right. They don't have double deal 3 where they just would have dealt 3 to us. All right. So if I play Reflector Mage, I go to 3 and I'm dead to all the bolts for the rest of time. I can never beat a bolt. I can never beat a Lava Spike. And I can never beat a Fiery Temper after this one Spell Queller. On the flip side, I can pop this Horizon Canopy and try and find something I can play like a Noble. Because we don't have Pathmain deck, so there's no reason to leave that up. I'm going to play this tapped. And then pass the turn back. We have Vile up. We have this on the board. If they try and bolt the Supreme Phantom, I can Vile in the Drogskull Captain. Yo, is this an Arclight Phoenix? Oh my gosh, if it's Arclight Phoenix, we have a real shot. We can counter it and then take over this game. Or we can Reflector Mage it, I mean. Oh man, if this is Arclight Phoenix, we can win this game. We're going to win this unwinnable game. Rift Bolt? I can't beat a Rift Bolt. No one beats Rift Bolt. Oh, well, I can beat that. Trigger on the stack, baby. You played land for turn. Little did you know, Bant Spirits now plays a Reflector Mage. Get out of here. Bang, 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 bang. And you can't cast one on the next turn if you draw it. Are you not entertained? They did discard an Arclight Phoenix and another Bedlam Reveler. All right. I'm going to play this tapped. And I'm going to cast this Drogskull Captain. And I'm going to slam. I'm heading in for 2. I got this Spell Queller. Treat it like Space Jam, good sir. All right. Welcome to the jam. We're going to get Rift Bolted here. Let's see where they Rift Bolt. So So I can let the Rift Bolt resolve. If I let Rift Bolt resolve, I can't actually let Rift Bolt resolve because Flame Jab's in the graveyard. I'm F6. We need to draw a Coco. If we draw a Coco, I'm pretty sure we can just win this game. If they play an Arclight Phoenix here, it's not a problem. They Flame Jab twice. They put us to 3, which is a problem. So like, I guess if they get a free Arclight Phoenix is the problem. Minus a Swift Sphere. Okay. Well, that one's smaller than the rest. Faithless Looting. Pretty sure they're going to get a... bird back this turn. I don't think we can win. Oof, Irie Temper. So they get to kill the Drogskull Captain, which will make it so my blocks will leave the Rift Bolt come off, and then the bird will kill us. So we are just dead, I believe, now. Yep, okay. Yikes. Okay. I'm not positive this card's good against them. Like, honestly. Like, 2 mana is a lot of mana. Rattle Chains. Phantasmal Image. Selfless Spirit as a 1-of. Yeah, especially the Needle Drop version, when you get to attack. Putting the pressure on me matters a lot. I played this matchup a lot with Daniel, and we kind of mis-sideboarded it for the first couple matches, and we took out the Swift Spears and just lacked the pressure. We also had like a very slow draw, but that's on us. These are pretty good. These are pretty good because they have Anger Post board. This is the problem with Rest in Peace. It's like, it's not even good enough a lot of the time. But I think we still kind of need it, which sucks. It could just be Collecting Company's too big. The Thalia might not be as good against this version. Let's think about that. So Thalia, when they play Runaway Steamkin, is very good. No, it's still good. They're trying to cast Arclight Phoenix. Don't be absurd. They're also trying to cast burn spells. Don't be absurd. This is like kind of reasonable. I can also just do this, because I ain't bringing in a lot of non-creature spells. I kind of like that better. Like, I'm bringing in 6 non-creature spells and taking out a bunch of creatures, so cutting a Coco is, like, I think pretty reasonable. So turn 1, Vial. If I draw a land, I have the Rip. I have Spell Queller. I'm going to keep... If they braid this, we're, like, dead, but... We have to draw lands, but we play 21. 20 has a lot of lands in deck, so... I need to grab the... Temple... No, I need to grab Hallowed Fountain with this. So I can cast either of these, if I need to. They're down to 5. I mean, that's helpful, like, with our slower-ish hand. If we rip a land off the top, I don't know if it'll matter, but... Alright, Hallowed Fountain. Swift Spear? Alright, no Swift Spear. Well... It's normally pretty fine, but since we took out all the creatures in our main deck, it's a little bit of a problem, but... I'm going to vial this in. Get our beats on. I got some bits. Hey, Justin, thank you for the donation. 200 bits. Well, maybe, yeah, 200. It means a lot. How you doing, buddy? It's been a bit. You're not coming to GP ATL, are you? Yeah, I know, Saros. He's big balling you. All right. Well, there's some pressure for us. Sorry to hear it. You watched? Okay, gotcha. Hey, it's all appreciated. Just because Justin's name, is number one on the leaderboard, doesn't mean you can't all be number one in my heart. Slam. We need to draw a land. We need to draw a lot of lands. These Cocos are, like, pretty embarrassing. I don't think we're going to take up the vials. I think we're going to keep them where they are. I don't want to use a spell queller just to block this and get blown out. Hey, we got some pennies. Thank you, Saros. Saros, you donate a lot of 1 cents. It's got to have caught up to Justin. All right. We're going to play this. Get those beats on. Making it hail. I like that. That's funny. Yeah, it does kind of look like we just have a bunch of lords right now, right? So it's like hard to attack in. All right, well, that's pretty good. So I think I want to use my Thalia. I want to do it in their upkeep. This way, it's going to be a little harder for them to do stuff like anger or whatnot. Thank you for the time on Messenger. Might as well support by watching, lol. No problem, Chamberlain. I don't know exactly what you mean on Messenger. Oh, did you just message me a second ago? I think I want to spell queller this because we can sacrifice a Mausoleum Wanderer to save it. Because Thalia will make it cost 1 more, so. Also, thank goodness they didn't draw Flame Jab, am I right? Now we've got a lot of pressure on board. Big fan of pressure. Under pressure. I'm not going to block. I'm just going to take 2 if they attack. Alright. I guess the 1 on 3 I can just always yield no. We'll take care of that in a second. Oof. Yeah, let's attack with this for 4. So they fall to 10. On the next turn, we can make them fall to Arclight Phoenix, huh? I'm going to counter that and hope to draw a Lord. So we draw a Lord, it's over. Okay, they conceded. There you go. Always promoting, Saros. Always promoting. I didn't realize you weren't a mod until just now, Saros. Hang on. You've earned it. With that always promoting attitude. It won't let me mod you. Rest in peace, Saros. There we go. Mod user. Alright. That game was bizarre, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to have learned from that game. Except I got very lucky, and they mulled to 5. Rest in peace. Would have been fine in the first game. Didn't look like they moved away from that kind of stuff too much. Looks like they just had a not functional draw. Probably a lot of big cards and no way to really get the big cards going. I think Rest in Peace is probably fine against them. When I was playing against Daniel, I cut the Rest in Pieces And I was winning a bunch, but then we changed the sideboard. I didn't change sideboarding back to that, so that could be a problem for me. Well, this hand's like a mulligan to 6, sort of. The problem is if I draw a rip, we're just stuck with rips in our hand again. I could probably do better on 7, so turn on this, do nothing. I have to draw a land drop before I'm even going to actually get to play. Okay, this hand's much better. Oof, Reflector Mage is a real card. I'm going to keep it on top, I think. This is match 4. We're 2-1. I'm going to shock in the Mausoleum Wanderer in the hopes of drawing a Lord. And if we draw a land, it's great because we've got these cards. This is a Flame Jab. Am I getting Flip Jibbed? Counter unless you pay 1. Suck it. I'm going to say it's... Alright, well... So we need green, white. No. We need green, blue. No. Green, white's right. Green, white's right. 'Cause the path. Yes. All right. Well, we need to draw a land, but we're probably safe for a little bit. And the Revelers and the Arclights are going to be really hard for them to cast. They're not having anything here is pretty interesting. If we draw another land, we get to Collected Company, which is pretty hot. Oh, we should do command even odds. I can set that up. So this is interesting. It's going to let them filter through the cards in their hand. I kind of just want to have pressure on the board. Whatever. I'm going to tap this for a white. It's like, I don't want to tap that one for a white. I don't tap this one for a white. I think they have a bunch of Arclights and Revelers in hand, so I'm hitting this to try and not let them get them out of their hand. All right. Well, that didn't work, but this is on suspend. Is that what this is? When did this get suspended? Oh, it's this turn. Okay. They played a third land. I didn't see that. So land, Reveler. Okay. Well, we're back in the same spot we were a second ago. Yikes. I didn't realize they had suspended Rift Bolt. Or they suspend, then Bolt. So that play is really bad on my end. I'm going to take this. If they play land Arclight Phoenix, we can answer it. We really need a land here so we can start companying. Alright. We're working towards the land. I'm going to let this one resolve. Cap of Pride. Draw a card to hit a land. Fiery Temper. I think the way this works is I just counter it. Right? Because it just gets exiled because this card, it's like flashbacking it. I think that's how that works. This is for knowledge. It should just counter this forever, I think. Nope, it put it under here. Okay. Not what I wanted. Rift Bolt on suspend, huh? Draw land? It's not what I wanted. Does it not? So wait. Oh, it goes... I know it. Okay. It goes to exile for the madness cost, but it doesn't stay in exile. Okay. On the upside, we have this Noble Hierarch. On the downside, they could go like, Bolt My Face, Anger the Gods. No! Bolt My Face, Anger the Gods. Alright. Path this so we can get a land. Let's grab... We're lacking on blue. Yeah, I guess it might look like to them I have Rattle Chains too, so like that plays especially good against that. Now that's Wandy. So for us to cast, I think we've played this game pretty poorly. I'm dead to Bolt no matter how you cut it. Like, I'm going to have to eventually. All right. So, Thalia, it resolves so quickly, too. Thalia, Drogskull. Any order. I'm dead to any spell anyway, so I might as well block this. I'm going to try and draw another land that won't hurt us. Play this. Now we have a little bit of protection against them. And then if they have... it seems to me like they have Arclight Phoenixes still in hand. They're just trying to get that 4th land drop for. This is going to be Slam and Arc-like attack. Yeah. They have another one in hand too. I can tell. Oh, I can't actually block. Yeah, so I just have to straight up block. I forgot about the Path. Well, Path Thalia. Kappa Pride. Ooh, Thalia Collecting Company is rough. And I think they have another bird. But we have to race. I have to fetch this. I fetch this breeding pool tap so that if we draw it, we can draw the basic, we can play Collecting Company. Alright, so we're not super dead. I'm going to attack with just Thalia, hold back in case they have another Lord. Or another bird. We only have 2 Spell Quellers left in deck. You have to have one more to cast a spell, friend. Oof. Oof. This is stressful, especially when I play bad and put us in a bad position. If they anger here, I have to let the anger resolve. Shrine of the Burning Rage. If I hit any 2 creatures, if they're both spirits, we win. If I hit Noble Hierarchs, we can't win. I have to let this resolve, I think. I only have a couple Spell Quellers, so if this is bait, I don't want to fall for it. I'm just going to try and win. If I hit Spell Queller, I'm going to win either way. Reflector Mage, we would have hit the birdie. That's cool. Alright, we won. Assuming they don't kill me before damage here, which they probably should have done when we tapped out. Whew! That was close, Twitch. Alright, let's go for game number 4. Let's see if we can 4-1 with Zan's deck. These Reflector Mages are hot. Yeah, I played that game pretty bad, but we tightened up at the end a little bit. And we at least read the game state right? It's not that they had like infinity burn spells, they just had infinity birds. We got 2-0'd by... What was it again, Twitch? I want to say it was a deck that was fast. So we played against Blue Moon, Bird, Grixis Bird. Oh, Dredge. Yeah. They wrecked us hard, Justin. They wrecked us real hard. Also, I didn't realize you weren't a mod too. Modded. Mulligan. I'm going to keep this hand. If we draw Lords, it's pretty good. So I need to draw 2 lands. If it's a fair matchup, this is good. I'm going to keep it. I've got the Vial. Like, if it's an unfair matchup, we have a bunch of Mausoleum Wanderers. All right, we're playing the Mirror, I think. Or Infect. All right, we're playing against Humans or Spirits. Spirits have been named. Okay. So they have Queller here. We have Reflector Mage. They don't. They didn't attack with Noble, so they have Path. Let's grab a Hallowed Fountain. I didn't fetch turn 1 because I didn't know what land we would need for sure, and I wanted to draw another land, by the way. Just saying. Are they going to path me here? I'm pretty happy if they path me. Alright, so we have double Lord now because they have that. It's a very exciting time to be us. Now they have Path to answer our Phantasmal Images. But if they path one of our non-Phantasmal Images, we're gonna get closer to Coco. So if like right now they want to path before we get a chance to do something. Yeah, I haven't played the Mirror that much, so this is good practice. Especially since like this is a moment. Oh my gosh, yes. So happy. I would like a Eilund, please. Give me an Eilund. There are basically like no bad draws right now. Like, that's pretty good. There's no way they're going to fall for this, right? Yeah, they didn't fall for it, but it was worth a shot. I'm going to hold up Rattle Chains because we might want to Phantasmal Image something else as well. Plus, if they try to like path our Mausoleum Wanderer because maybe they have a Coco, I'd like to really counter that, even though we have a Coco. We got to main phase our Cocos. We got to play around Spell Queller on that. Is this another Lord? Phantasmal Image. Target. I think this works the way I want it to work. I think this works the way I want it to work. I think this works the way I want it to work. Guys, I think we have a Vindicate. Guys, gals. Heavy breathing. This is a 3/5. All right, let's learn how the game works. Twitch chat, get your baboons out. Alrighty then. Blocks. I'm gonna kill their lords. Well, we got that one. That's pretty cool, Twitch. That was pretty cool. Zan plays 2 rattle chains, I think, Twitch, because it breaks the mirror. That was pretty cool. Alright, so they use Selfless Spirit. That's fine. We still got to Vindicate a Lord. I'm going to not take up the Vial this turn, because we have another Phantasmal Image. No. Alright, so I could play this now. I have to copy theirs. Gotta be sure of that. I mean, there's no way. They're not going to block my Mausoleum Wanderer. There's just no way. Yeah, I'm just going to push damage because we're kind of behind on damage, to be honest. Alright, so now we've got a big board. I lost a little bit of damage not playing that first, but the potential, I think, to get... Like, the question is, does 1 point damage matter more than maybe them blocking with Supreme Phantom? Now, they have rattle chains. If they go Coco double rattle chains, we lose. That's game. We also tapped out, so they get to cast Collecting Company here. Yep. But if we draw a land, now they've tapped out, we get to cast our Collecting Company. Oh, man. Their things are huge. They didn't attack. Why didn't they attack? I would trade 2 of my things for 1 of theirs. Right? 4. Oh, no, we would trade 1 for 1. I still think that favors them. Alright, I'm going to untap. I'm going to put this Vial on the old 3 skis. Alright. If I attack with this, they have safe blocks. So I'm just going to... Oh, I have Selfless Spirit. Duh. I'm dumb. That's why they didn't attack. Alright, we need to draw a land. Maybe I just sort of countered the Coco. So if they attack in right now, what happens? I guess we won't find out. Land, please. Alright, well, I'll play this. The Mausoleum Wanderer still can't attack. We are getting to the point, though, it's harder and harder for them to send in. Especially if they respect my Aether Vial. Like, if they respect Aether Vial has a Drog Skull Captain, or even anything, I guess, it's hard for them because I could, like, block in such a way that the whole board will basically die. Phantasmal Image copied Drog Skull Captain, I assume. That gives you the hard lock. That really sucks, too, because we were drawing to Reflector Mage. They could copy our Selfless Spirit. I don't know if copying our Selfless Spirit is actually that bad, because it lets them attack in. We both pop Selfless Spirits. Alright, so now we have to do some math. So if I double block with Mausoleum Wanderers, I can trade Wanderers for Lord. I can also just block with these 2. Now, I want to save Selfless Spirit, because if I double block here, they have no cards in hand, right? This dies, their board gets smaller, and they have 4 Lords to my 3 Lords. I lose these, but in exchange for losing these, I still have this, which is the trump right now. Yeah, well, this blows the secret I don't have a Lord, because obviously if I double blocked here and I filed in a Lord, they lose. We traded 1 for 1. I traded a mausoleum for your lord. Draw a land, draw a land, draw a land. Not a botanical sanctum. In fact, I just need a land. Okay. That was really good. I get to kill this. Because it's... Alright. Well, we have an equal sized board now, except I have this. If I attack with this, it trades for one of their lords. So I don't want to do that. I don't think. If I can just get the collecting company down, we're going to win, I think. Unless it hits all lands. But if it hits all lands, we probably weren't going to win anyway, so whatever. So I'm going to... Oh, man. It's super advantageous, I think, to actually just let the path resolve. Because they still don't have great attacks. Like, we trade a lord for a lord here, right? This is a 5/7. So they kill one of these, right? Yeah. So we're trading lords, but I have Coco. And if I hit Reflector Mage here off the collecting companies, we're going to probably win. If I draw a Reflector Mage, we're probably going to win. Oh, they killed our Phantasmal Image one too? Now their Rattle Change doesn't kill. They should have killed this one. Alright, let's main phase this. Let's not get tricky. I don't want to lose to a Spell Queller tempo. Alright. Play this. No reason to do anything right now. Oopsie poopsie. Indeed. Alright, Twitch. If they attack, I'm going to block. That's a good sign. If I tap this, we're out of green. But it doesn't actually matter. Lol. So if I attack with Spell Queller and they flash in a Spell Queller, we're in trouble. So I'm going to play this. And I'm going to leave this in hand. Make them play around stuff. We're pretty close to a lethal attack. Like right now we can attack with everything. But like, okay, they don't have collecting company now. Oh no, they still have nobles. They still could. So before we could have attacked with everything. And then they block our big-ish things. And then block here, which I guess would have been fine. But if they had a collecting company, we'd lose. Okay, this one. Always no, always yield. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's going to always yield here, but not always now. Okay. Alright, so now we have Drog Skull Captain. Now we have Drog Skull, I think we just slam. Very similar to last turn's play. Because now that the Coco, they have to have double Lord. So this is currently 3. This is lethal damage. So I have no reason to do anything. Yeah. I still have no reason to do anything. Oh, yes I do. It's lethal if this goes through. Well, I have no reason. Oh, if this happens, you lose, I guess. Killed my opponent that was at 18. That's funny. That's really funny, Ellison. Okay, so you know, that was a game. This is a dangerous line to walk in the mirror, but it might be right. All right, let's think about this. Selfless Spirit seems unbeatable in the mirror. These images are good. The Reflector Mages are good. The Quellers are good. Honestly, I know Cat was cutting on Collected Company in the past because even though the matchup's decided a lot by Collected Company, it's a vulnerability. Let me check how Cat was siding before, and we'll adjust with our sideboard plan. So Mirror Heart, it was out 2 Wanderer and 1 Coco, 2 Worship, and a D command. I'm bringing in Knight of Autumn because we don't have Worship. I'm bringing Attention Sphere for similar reasons. Obviously, the Paths are pretty good. Path does have a problem with Drog Skull Captain, to be honest. Maybe that's just the truth. Maybe this is what we need to do. You still need Mausoleum Wanderers to, like, interact with your opponent's stuff, but maybe you don't. Maybe I just need this. Maybe this is the trick. No, this thing's still pretty good. Like, as long as your opponent doesn't flood out. So our deck is really 3 heavy right now. Path's important. Mozzie Boy's pretty good. Rattly Chains, I think, is good. Probably not as good, though. We got pretty lucky for it to pop off on them like that. Although the fact that it kills Phantasmal Image is, like, very real. Like, this card matters a lot in the mirror match, as you just saw. Like, the fact that I drew both of mine was crucial. But I think we're going to try playing it like this. I think the Captains, the Quellers, and the Reflectors are uncuttable. It will eat the same name, but D-Sphere isn't out to Worship. It's also an out to answering their Drogskull Captains. So if they have a bunch of Drogskulls and we have 1, we can D-Sphere our Drogskull Captain to get their Drogskull Captains. So it will be like a 2 for 2, but the power loss might be enough. So this hand I'm going to keep. I know I talked about Coco being a liability, but I think the card is still really good, and we can maneuver the game in such a way that hopefully it won't be a problem. And we have Lord plus other spirit that's very good, Selfless, so. Okay, they brought Geiston in the mirror. I believe Kat did not like that before. I guess she didn't bring her Geiston. She didn't have him in the sideboard. Maybe on the play it's just reasonable. Well, this is another answer to the Worship. It also answers their Vials if they keep a Vial hand, kind of like we had. Plus, you know, a 4-3 isn't nothing. Gain to 4 isn't nothing. I'm going to F6. So they path this. Fine. I get to Coco. Yeah. I can't block the Noble. I know. I'm going to play this Lord on the next turn. Is there a helpful explanation that makes what just happened? Our opponent went Collected Company, didn't hit. Gotcha. Okay. It's funny, Saris. I'm gonna make this a 4-3 so it blocks here, honestly. Let's grab the old planes because we can't grab it with the other one. ETB as a 4-3, please. It sucks to not gain life, of course, but whatever. Blocking this thing is pretty big. That's not a good sign. That looks like a double Lord turn. Alright. This is going to be a bizarre turn. Because they attack with everything. I have to block. And they can sack to save these and deal me 11. But I've got Coco. So Man, the biggest fear about Knight of Autumn was it wasn't going to be able to block, but it's blocking so much. So nice. Oh, interesting. Am I just dead? So I blocking here is the most profitable block, and I fall to exactly 1. If I block here, we trade, and then my Coco would have to hit Reflector Mage, and then if it did that, or I could draw Path, but it turns off these fetch lands. I could also block, no, I have to block here if I'm going to block one, because we can't let the board stay big, even if we're at like 1 more life. So drawing Path is fine, but it's not great. All right, so that was not good because we needed to Coco into that. All right, so we have. Oh wait, we can't hit Coco thing. We're just dead. There's no actual way to win this game because it makes another attacker. Because it's hexproof. Okay, I don't think that card's actually plays out like that normally, but maybe it does. Path was looking kind of worse there, but it's just because they had a hexproof thing. Maybe on the play I like this a little more. They had a game plan. I respect that. Turn 1, Aether Vial into all these Lords in a Path as a keep. This is like a Molda 6 that's really good, and if I draw a white source, I unlock the Path. No Noble, so we're not going to get turn 2, whatever his face is called. Geist. Alright, so that wasn't good, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. That card's good. I've been listening to this same song the entire time we've been streaming that y'all can't hear. It's 1:10 long. It's really weird. I'm going to listen to it all day. That's a yikes. If I attack, they don't block. I'm just going to hit them for 1. Because I might violin a Selfless Spirit to build up more attack power. Because if I violin a Selfless Spirit and they play a Lord, then I can play this and draw a land, play another one. Trog Skull Captain. Okay. I can actually just offer a trade here, which looks to favor them, but I think because our hand's such gas, it's fine, because we have another Selfless Spirit, and our deck plays 1 more than the average. I think trading spirits when there's a Lord on the other side of the table is pretty good. The old put my vial up to 2. Okay, that was a big draw, I think. So I can path this. I don't think I want to, though. I think I just want to play this and attack. On the flip side, if they do get another one of those down, I'd be very sad. I don't think they can afford to play an instant kind of game right now. I'm just going to not put down the shields, just keep attacking. I maybe should have hit them for 3 there. Get a little bit extra damage in. Ben Norcia isn't important. That's true. I think you can actually change your Twitch name for free too, by the way, because I did. You would not lose your mod power, friend. Oh, lol. You may copy a Mausoleum Wanderer. Now they can rattle chains here, which would be the Heartbreaker, the Height of Greed. I just didn't want to give them all the mana. Then if I'm not going to do it on my turn, I can't do it on their turn because it's Spell Queller. All right, well, we both have Mausoleum Wanderers now. Oh, I could have countered my own thing and paid. And if I did that, that thing would have died. That's funny. I did not think about that till it happened. It will. But what would your name be? But I won't tell you, nerds. That's aggressive. I'm going to put in this Selfless Spirit. Try and draw some lands so we can get this Coco going. So I can play Noble, which will let me attack as a 3/2, and then I can Violin to become a 4/3, so if they double block, everything dies. I like the if they double block, everything dies part of that statement. This game has been played out very weird from my side. Probably overly cautious, but... Well, I'm going to take the free one when I can. Horizon Canopy. Well, they have drawn... Well, we pathed them for 1, so they've only drawn 3 more lands than us. So they are getting a little unfortunate. But I guess we do Noble, but Noble's pretty relevant in this matchup. Well, if we draw a land and they're holding up Coco, they're going to be very sad. Because you do not want to Coco first in the mirror match unless you have to. Especially when I have a Mausoleum Wanderer. Are they going to play this a Drogskell Captain? Okay. Play this and leave up Coco. Ooh. I'm going to let the path resolve, I think. Grab this Plains. Well, drawing another Coco makes taking the path. I mean, means letting that path resolve is pretty good. So these are 2/4s. So if I attack here, it's a pretty big tell I have a Lord, but on the flip side, it attacks through everything, including a Spell Queller. I go to twitter.com, and a lot of people post their sideboard guides there. Okay. Getting to eat this here is going to be insanely huge. Are they going to, like, multi-super duper block or something? You lost your Spell Queller in the Collected Company Matters a Lot mirror match. To not block this. And if you don't block, yeah, I'm going to just dome you for 5. Which is kind of lame. But then again, doming you for 5 puts you at 10. Yeah, they just Spell Quellered for board presence. I wonder, it feels like they might not have played the deck as much. Or heard people talk about the mirror match. I know, for example, Catlight hasn't played the mirror too much. like actually played against it. But I mean, she's thought about it a lot, and she's played the deck a lot. That 5/6 could have attacked if they wanted it to. All right, I'm going to put this up to 3 because we used a lot of our 2-drops. Rewarded. Let's see what we got. Phantasmal images are pretty good because they have a Drog Skull Captain. All right. Any order. So this thing's a 5/5 now. So if it attacks, this thing gets to block it. Actually, if it attacks, it's a 6/6. That's right. So he gets to attack for free. That's kind of messed up. It takes a double block to kill it, if not you're chump blocking. Thanks, buddy. How you doing, Craig? Craigers. I refuse to accept this is the right block, but maybe it is. So I kill this. It makes the whole team weaker, right? I'll put this down to 4 toughness, and if I violin this Spell Queller, I get to kill 2 lords, which is basically the same as Cocoing, right? No, I don't get to kill 2 lords. Yeah, that's not right. But I get to kill this lord. So now the question is, do I want to leave my paths alive? We have 1 path in the 4. Yeah, so we want to kill this one because they have, what's it called? We have Reflector Mage in our deck. So we want to be able to bounce the other ones. Would that not have killed it? Or would it have killed it? Did I do the math wrong? This would have taken 1 more damage. Right? Oh, I did the math wrong. I did it right, then I did it wrong. Lol, that's funny. On the upside, we have Spell Queller with the Coco back up, so that's cool. All right, let's always yield no, always yield. Okay. Well, we did that math wrong, but that's fine. That happens. I've heard be like, they drew Spell Queller, they didn't have it last turn. I would have lost everything. Ooh, Reflector Mage. I think I just want Double Lord. Double Lord puts this up to a 5/7, which will be able to kill. They have to block multiple things. Yeah, so let's take Phantasmal Image and Supreme Phantom. On the flip side, if I do Reflector Mage and bounce this, their whole board's much weaker. I can actually, yeah, if I copy this, it's 4s. And if they flash block, I could still kill 1. So maybe this is just better. No, this is better. Because it's still going to be 5, and I'll kill 1. Yeah, this is better. And now we have Hexproof on our team. So I attack for 5/8. They have to block with everything to trade with it, and then we get to kill most of the board. On the flip side, if I attack with everything, you have 2 lethal attacks. And they have to flash in this to chump block, so I like that. And then they don't have anything because I have Spell Queller for whatever spell they try and flash in. Okay. So Reflector Mage would have done essentially the same thing. All right, well, we 4-1 that league. That was pretty good. Yeah, this deck felt hot. So, like, we didn't play a deck where Path mattered a whole lot being in the main deck. And we played against multiple decks where Reflector Mage does matter. But Reflector Mage matters just, I think, a lot right now. So normally, Craig, I would open chests. But first, let me talk about this because it's going up on YouTube. So every time I 4-1 or better, Craig, we open until we open something that costs less than a chest. So give me a second. I think I'm going to play these Reflector Mages through 2 or 3 more leagues. I think they're really good. They're really bad against Tron, but not even that bad if I bounce a Wormcoil Engine and stuff. Like, Path isn't that good against them, and this actually attacks. It's really bad against Celestial Colonnade type stuff, but I guess I can Vial. Alright, let's open some treasure chests. We're going to keep opening until we run out of treasure chest, or we open less value than a treasure chest. I believe a treasure chest at 2 ticks right now. And we're done. Bitter Ordeal. Search target player's library for a card and exile it. Then that player shuffles their library. Gravestorm. When you cast this card, copy it for each permanent put in the graveyard this turn. What a powerful card. I was unlucky. Very unlucky of us. Well, I'm running low on tickets and play points, so I'm not going to keep going. Everyone, thank you so much for watching tonight. It was a blast to have y'all here. You know, we played a little loose in some games. We got destroyed by Dredge. These things happen. Hey, Justin, thank you for the 6 pennies. That means a lot, buddy. Open more. I'll open one more because you did donate $2 earlier, which is equivalent to a chest. We got 15 play points. You know what? That's pretty close to a chest, and y'all are my friends. I'm going to open one more. Brilliant Ultimatum. I've never heard of this card before. For the low, low price of white, white, blue, 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 black, black, you can exile the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those into 2 piles. You may play any number of cards from those 2 piles without playing their converted mana cost. Ooh, this card's like a half a tick, I think. In real life, it's like $4. Brilliant Ultimatum. Wow. Fact or fiction for free. What a time to be alive. That's a card. That has to be worth a chest? I don't think that's worth a chest, sorry. If anyone wants to donate 200 bits, that for show would equal a chest. I'm going to look up here. We're going to host it real quick here. I'm glad this Reflector Mage are as hot as I thought they would be. DeCandio streaming? Eternal Master? Alright. What are we? Anyone doing some modern, maybe a little spirit action? I'm not seeing anyone. Is Tilk not on? Did he get off already? Let's see. Don't see him. Oh, there he is. I'm going to host Tilk. Tilk Rots, he's a bronze pro, friend of the channel. I'm going to oops. Won't let me host him because I watch this ad, but thank you so much, everyone. How do you donate? I don't know. Justin does it all, the clown. Justin, as you can see, Craig, you might want to compete for this, Craig. Justin is the top of our Twitch chat donator. And Jordan Pate's number 2. Now, I don't want to cause a fight or anything, but, you know, right now, according to my Twitch chat, it's Justin Jordan, so. And then Brian Moses. So, yeah, you see, I knew that. Fuck Jordan. And don't tell Jordan. Does Jordan not know that you won the spot? Hang on. I'm sorry if you're watching the YouTube VOD. And you can end the VOD. We're not going to do anything else that's Magic related. Of course not. Why is he not watching my stream to know? Oh, man. So, Craig, to beat them, you have to donate more than... You have to donate $13, essentially, to be number 1. In shares. All right. Well, I'm going to let you think about those life choices. Goodbye. I'm a host, Tilk. Watch him. Say hi from Tilk for me, by the way. Got to join his channel, too. So, do that. Later, everyone.